to another episode of Those to Watch on the Light Grinds Network. I'm here with a good friend, a grinding poet, a photographer who is in the building.
Hey y'all, I'm Georgia Nubia.
What's going on, the golden smile? That's what's up. What's going on?
Chilling,
man. Tell people about you. I mean, you know, I've seen you come through low shows last 2 years, 3 years?
Nah, I just been here going on 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
But see, I lived here before.
I got you.
I lived here before. Wait, it's about going on 12 years now. I lived here before, so okay. I did poetry somewhere on Ashley Foster.
Oh, Wing Time.
Yeah, Wing Time, yeah. And Georgia Nubia was there. She introduced me.
Okay,
so that's why I moved back.
Okay.
But Carlos, I actually met Carlos through my friend Valerie. That's his little sister.
Okay, shout out to Los, the host. What's happening, Cat? You love to drink because you motherfucking boxing ticket.
I met Los before poetry.
Okay.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
But he kind of called you back once you got back here. Like, hey, come back. I got this going on. Okay. Then, you know what I'm saying? We hit it. You know what I'm saying? We didn't hit it. But you hit it up.
Yeah, we met at audition.
Yeah, we just, vibed. You know what I'm saying? You sponsored me into mine once or twice. I appreciate that. Definitely. Yeah. Well, you did an ad with Nobody Grinds Radio. You showed a lot of love, support. You always been 100. You the only loyal poor that be coming out to meet the moms. Appreciate that.
It's fun. It's different. It reminds me of my hometown.
Oh, real Macon?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It reminds me of going home and being with Shay and Dark House, Monster Inc., all of them at home. Like, we all get together, or they would, because I wouldn't perform at home because I was too terrified to do it. But they would perform and stuff, and we would be there. It would be all of us there or whatever. So, like, going to that, it reminds me of home, but it also, like, it shows me what I don't want to go back to because I separated myself from a lot of it. So I like to watch it from a distance. And in Charleston, I can watch it from a distance because I don't know nobody.
Okay.
Like, but at home, you be in the midst of it, but in other places, you just watch it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where's your poetry? Where's the whole substance of your poetry comes from? Where's the base of that?
My mom and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's your inspiration when you write? When you write, what do you see? Like Carmen says he sees his daughter's eyes when you write. What do you see when you write? What your thoughts are?
No, it depends if I'm drunk or not.
Okay. So you got the erotic poetry when you're drunk, I take it, and you got the regular poetry when you're not?
No, it just depends on however I feel. Okay. Like, now I have to really sit down and think about erotic poetry. That's why I don't really do it. Everything else just come out. So whenever, if you said what I see, so you didn't say what I write. So
okay, well you write. Okay,
I just write. Like, for real, it started out trying to communicate with my mama.
Okay.
Or whatever. So that's how we communicate.
I remember that line, Daddy still don't hear me.
Voice of the Ghetto.
Yeah, that was dope.
Oh, Daddy's talking now.
Yeah, I still don't hear him.
Yeah, Daddy's talking now, but he's nowhere near me. My mama asking for blessings, but won't help us with our lessons. Years later, they wonder why so much stressing.
Yeah, so it's like you writing your life out, you know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yeah, I guess.
You write your life out and you letting other people just kind of sort through it, like they're sorters or something like that.
I guess, and that's the scary part.
Why? Because you just put yourself on a podium?
Yeah, you naked. You up there and...
No, you got a dress on.
Like, you are putting yourself out there. You are telling stories, and it's kind of scary how many people can relate to you because you think you're the only person that's been through that pain. And I'm like, people focus on men breaking their heart in relationships, but a lot of times be your parents. So when you can get past that, then that's when you find the freedom of being who you are. Like,
that's your release.
It's my therapy.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
It's my therapy.
So is there a poetry album, or are you just mostly just doing events and doing shows and stuff like that? Are you actually gonna work on a poetry album eventually, or a book, or both?
I want to publish a book.
Okay.
I want to publish a book. That's my end goal. I want to do a book, and I want to be able to help children and other people, whatever. Like, whether I be living in Charleston or whether I go back to Georgia, whatever it is, I want to be able to provide my talents to help other people. I want to be able to work my gift to help other people. Okay. But I really do want a book. Like, I got published.
You got names for it? Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to share them?
Complex Compositions 1, 2, and 3.
All right,
like, because I already
That's fun. That's the name of my new album. That's what's up. That's what's up. How you do that?
I did, but I already
yeah.
I already designed the covers and everything, and I still got the poetry from when I started writing, like in 8th grade, and I'm 30 now, so to have it from being in the 8th grade to now, it's pretty cool. Yeah, but it's a lot. And a lot of it don't deserve to be, like, not saying it ain't good. Well, it ain't good, and it don't deserve to be published.
Okay.
Like, it's just like, what?
Just kind of growth. I got you.
Yeah, it's just like, You know, but some of them are very, very prominent. Like I was like 15 when I wrote the poem "Please Listen," and that's from a child talking to their parent, like, just listen to me. And you know, even adults go through that, like in relationships, like we were talking about earlier. You know, sometimes they're not listened to. Like, so that's why I was telling you one day when we were talking about being cut off. That's why it's a problem to me, because it goes all the way back to my childhood.
I'm working on that.
To be cut off all the time, it's just like, damn, am I ever gonna say something? And that's why I love poetry, because that's the one time everybody's quiet.
And an open mic that you put together now, like, how did that come about, and how is that working out? I see that, like, you pushing that real hard.
That came about Khalid, actually. Khalid had been working.
Khalid.
Yeah, shout out to Khalid. Khalid had been working with me and telling me, like, stop being scared, go for it and do it. And Carlos also.
Shout out to Los, the host.
You know, Carlos had been telling me, you know, you got it, Georgia. Do what you got to do. He'll practice with me. Like, we did, like, one poem together, but then we didn't do any more together. And so he fussed at me about that, and it made me realize I got pride issues. He said, I don't ask for nothing. And he right, so I am still working on that. But he, like, I do have people here to help me, but people don't know I need help. So they right. So I took their advice, and I just said, all right, screw it, I'll do it. And it's been a build-up. From there, we kind of created SC Poets, and we still looking for people
y'all hear that? Y'all looking?
to be
looking.
a part of SC Poets, because
Build that foundation.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, build a foundation. So like right now, I work very closely with a girl named Kenya Cummins.
Okay.
Like, she's very
Cummins is last name?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder from Kenya. She from here?
No, she's from Georgia, actually. Yeah, she's another poet and a second grade teacher. So she's deep in the community or whatever. So we work together on a lot of stuff. I've worked with Bria before.
Yeah,
and,
shout out to Bria the poet.
you know, like Khalid, he's worked with, and also Michael. I don't know if you know him or not, but like, you know, and Brother DeBuff, we all like different people have put hands.
You feel me coming now?
Like different people have put a hand in helping me or whatever. Like even Sean Dobie.
Oh, Dobie, Chameleons.
Yeah, Sean Dobie. Like I needed a mic piece or whatever, and I was just like, Dobie, I need a mic piece. And he was just like, you know what? I was walking out the house. You called it perfect time. So, you know, once I did open my mouth and let people know what I need, it's been a lot of people that helped me or whatever, and I'm still looking for people. Y'all want to be a part of it? Like,
when is it and what?
We do it the 2nd and the 4th Thursday at 7 p.m. at Chill and Grill.
All right.
I start at 7 because
Phosphate, people don't know the old,
yeah. 28. I think it's 2018. Ashley Phosphate. So I start at 7 because it's the middle of the week. You know, so people still got to go to work on Fridays and all that stuff. So you want to be out by 9:30, no later than 10 o'clock. So I start at 7.
Okay.
I do work against time a lot of the time.
Yeah, calling people time.
That's something I'm learning because I was very short patient when it came down to being late for stuff. But I had to realize, like, first of all, you in Charleston. It's traffic everywhere. And secondly, shit happens. Just plain and simple. Forrest Gump said that. You know? Like, so pay attention to it. Like, so just, you know, just bear with me.
How far are you in? What, 6 months, 4 months? You've been doing it for a little while now.
Doing the show?
The open mic, yeah.
It started this January. I started instead of starting in December, I wanted
New Year.
Yeah, a new year. So I started in January, and it's been a build up. It's a build up. Sometimes we have a couple of people to come out. Sometimes we have more than a couple. You know, so it's a build up. I'm looking to do more venues, like working with you and stuff, doing meetings of mine.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming out. That was nice.
No, I thank you, like, cause that helped me out a lot. Like, they helped me get over a lot of my stage fright, you know, cause it's music. So, like, where the other artists there have the music and the whole crew up there, it's just me and that mic. It ain't no music. You hear a pin drop, so it's just like, oh man.
So there, y'all eyes on you, all ears on.
Like, yeah, so it's a big difference, but it helped. It helped, you know, it helped me learn things and what I did need to do to perfect it and get better, to watch other people's energies. Like, what's his name, the dude that do the little dance?
The Black Boy?
Yeah,
Bishop
like,
Dripper?
yeah, them, like, to see their energy and how they do, you know, that's dope. And it's everybody art, so why don't I show my heart? You know, not the same way, because that's different. Yeah,
everybody got their
way. And that's what I had to realize, like, you are doing what you're supposed to do, so it is what it is.
And you got a feature coming up as well.
Yeah, in September. Kinlock. Yeah, big shout out to
Kinlock. Dope, good spirit.
Like, Kinlock is probably, like, I love Kinlock poetry because I feel like he can touch a lot. Like I said, I'm about touching people. I feel like he can touch people where I'm from. Like, look, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get the lifestyle. This is what it is. Let's do this. It's more to it than doing that or whatever. But yeah,
where's
I got
that?
a feature.
And,
September 7th.
Okay, where?
At 787.
Okay, you excited? Ready for that?
Am I excited? I wrote that in my goal book, like in January when I started this year, because I write goals or whatever. Instead of just thinking about it, I actually write them down. I do a vision board and all that good stuff. And in my vision notebook this time, I got either it says making a difference in Charleston scene, poetry scene, or building Charleston's poetry scene, something with helping the scene here with poetry. And then I got to be a featured poet at Kinlock show.
That's every what you do is every first Friday.
Every first Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Like it's because it's a lot of poetry shows. Like so, a lot of open mics, a lot of shows. Like Charleston's where it's at when it comes out.
You feeling that? Okay.
Like, yeah.
So you're one of one.
So.
You said so. The people who run to Atlanta, you don't really feel that. You like that's backwards to you, or you ain't saying that to you because you're coming from Georgia.
Coming from Georgia.
Okay. Yeah. So you like everything's here.
Like yeah. Like now to somebody else, Atlanta might be their spot.
I got you.
I would tell anybody go to your spot.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's Idaho. And all you know is potatoes. And if you like potatoes, go there. Like, it doesn't matter. Go where you feel like your heart's going to talk to you the loudest because that's the best place you're going to be yourself. Like, that's probably the best place for you.
Tell me about social fly photography.
What about social fly?
Tell me, tell the people, tell them what about it. What is it?
It's my photography company. I'm out here trying to hustle and do that too. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, I do different photo specials or whatever. That kind of started when I started paying attention to myself. And again, here in Charleston, I was working at Northwoods Mall with Paradise Studios with Peter Burton and LaShawn Mack. And, I call him Uncle Mac now. Like, they helped me. Pete taught me how to better shoot because I already knew how to shoot just liking it. But he actually taught me how to shoot. And Sean taught me how to sell. And we had to pre-sale pictures in the mall. And it was like the hardest thing in the world to do because everybody was saying no. And I didn't even understand their no because I wasn't from here. So when they would say no, it would come off, they would say something before the no. And I never understood. They're probably like, what are you saying to me? And they thought I was being confrontational. So I thought they were being confrontational too. And I'm like, why are you getting loud? Like, I'm just asking you about pictures. And they're like, I don't want these pictures. And I'm like, what? So I finally learned like I had to look into it. And I was just like, oh, this is where Gullah Island from. I get it now. Cool. Geechee Gullah. Dope. Like, so I looked so much into the history that I fell in love with. I think it's amazing or whatever. And I think that's why art thrive here. Because they have no choice. Like, it's the blackness and we are black artistry. Like, we do it, So I think that's where.
What made you call it social fly photography? What that name?
My ex and I, we did it. Give him his props now. I don't hear this shit later. No props. Because he always
the same when I met you with?
No,
different.
No.
Okay.
The guy spent 7 years with me.
Okay.
He always said, oh, we break up, you're never going to give me my props. No, you get your props. Like, he helped me come up with a name because he said no matter what, I was a social butterfly. And we would go back and forth with that. But, he helped me come up with a name, and I kept it.
Okay.
It stuck. I was like, I don't have anything else to come up with. I think it's pretty cool, so let's do it. Okay. And it worked. Like, people say, well, why you chose this? Well, I don't even have, my name is Naisha Henry, but I don't go by that.
Yeah,
my stage
Georgia
name,
Nubia, that's recently, because I know originally you had that.
I didn't have a stage name when I first got here. But Carlos always called me Georgia. His sister always called me Georgia.
Because that's where he's from.
Like, yeah, and because I'm from Georgia. But then I started working at the bookstore, Books A Million, and Dan's my boss. So me and him, we were talking, and we do poetry back and forth, and he critiqued me and all that stuff. So at first it was Georgia New Being. He said, because you're becoming a new being in this situation.
New being. Okay.
That's what he said.
Okay.
And so I was just like, Georgia New Being. I was like, man, that's going to take too much to explain to people. Like, just
Nubia Black. Huh?
So he was like, well, just be the entire state of Nubia, because he was like, Nubia is a place. And we were talking, I was just like, bet I'd be Georgia Nubia. Mm-hmm. So we made a joke about there's a Georgia in Africa. So everything, it went back to all of that or whatever, but it stuck. I think I told you about it first, and you was like, I like that, that's dope. And then I told a couple more people about it, and they was like, you know what, they do ring some bells to it. So I kept it, and it's been going on.
Yo, what is your one of your regrets at this moment that you should change something as far as saying that maybe could have took you further And on the other end, what is something that you feel is your highest accomplishment to date, which you probably already said, but I might be wrong.
A part of me feel like I should have started this sooner, stop being so scared and distracted. But then, yeah, I think that might be my biggest regret, because it's like
the delay.
Yeah, I feel like, because I've been writing poetry since 8th grade, so why am I just not speaking?
Okay, I got you.
You know, so it's just like I did Easter speeches in church and all that stuff, but then I just started getting scared of what people would think, and I stopped doing it. So I feel like that may be my biggest regret, like being afraid of what other people thought of me. Like, because now at this point, I'm just like, I don't care. Whatever. You don't like my poem? Hey, who asked you anyway? Like, you know, it's just like, I didn't ask you that. Like, so, like, but at the time, I feel like they kept me stagnant, and it kept me going in a circle instead of spiraling like I was supposed to. And now that I just, not saying I just don't give a fuck, but, you know, now that I don't care about that part, it's so much better.
What's the high?
The high? I don't think I reached it yet.
Well, can't argue with that. Okay.
Like,
I think he's still climbing.
matter of fact, I'll lie.
Sure.
My high is, I met this guy named Sharif Price. He go by the name of Prophet. I met him at Lids, and he still never bought a hat for me. Now that I think about it, never bought a hat. But we started talking about poetry, and he said that he had like did something for CSU. Just, you know, he was like, I ain't never really did it, but I just wanted to do something. So he did it. He said, but I think I like it. So I had just started doing the open mic, so I told him about it. He came to it. When I say Prophet is probably the best poet I've heard, besides the ones I watch on TV, like, and that's not knocking nobody. He's from Chicago or whatever, but the fact that I was able to introduce him to something and to watch him, like, he skipped the whole phase of being a caterpillar going to the butterfly. No, he just went and did it. And to see him move so fast is beautiful. And, you know, and he tell me all the time, like, oh man, Georgia, I appreciate you. But I'm like, nah, like, that's why I don't care about money and all this stuff. People are like, how much you charge? I don't know, whatever you're gonna give me. Not no more.
You gotta get that clear.
Learn that fast here in Charleston. Don't ever tell nobody that no more. So now it's just like the fact that I was able to help Prophet, because he went on to Columbia. And so now he's in Columbia doing poetry, and he bring poets back down from Columbia here to Charleston doing shows and stuff. So
just making that connection.
Yeah, and it's just a further connection to help him out, help other people. Like, so I think every time I can help somebody else, that's a high for me.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
I definitely appreciate you. With all the places they can find you, if they're trying to get pictures, they're trying to get some poets.
Facebook, I'm Social Fly Photography, and I am Georgia Nubia. Okay. And then Instagram is the same thing, Georgia_Nubia. Like, I'm simple, it's easy to find.
Because it's a network, man. Shit! And nobody grinds like us.
I'm Georgia Nubia. Nobody grinds like us.
Shit!